remember you have 3 minutes. Yes, please put your mask on.
All right.
Nick,
First of all, yeah.
can I at least have your last name? I have
No.
to take it for the record. You're not going to speak.
Yes.
That is the policy, and everyone has adhered to the policy. Please adhere to our policy.
You can put it as Malone. Malone.
Thank you.
First of all, thank you for saying the Pledge of Allegiance at the beginning of this meeting. And I hope children in the classroom actually do that before they start every session. But I also want you to remember what that flag stands for and what your oath to this country stands for, to us and the taxpayers stand for. And I want you to remember those who served, like this gentleman right here who said he was an Afghan vet. Sir, thank you for your service. What you did over there was not in vain. Like I said, my name is Nick. I'm a business owner and a new resident of Roxbury. You'll become familiar with me because my future children, I don't have any children yet, but I see where this is going. So my future children will be growing up in this town, so I won't be quiet nor submit. Nor as a business owner, I'm a business owner, nor will as a business owner, regardless of what Murphy says, I will never mandate masks for my clients, nor vaccines for my clients or my staff, ever. I remind you all that our taxpayers' dollars pay your salaries. You work for the people of this town, not the mayor, not the governor. Ultimately, if you refuse to acknowledge the wants of the people and continue to cater to lobbyists, politicians, and teacher unions, then you are replaceable. We will pull our kids from public schools and send them elsewhere or create communities of homeschool children. We will raise critical thinkers and future patriots. We do not need you to mandate our children or indoctrinate them with curriculum such as critical race theory. You are not the parents of these children, and you do not have the moral, legal, nor constitutional authority to mandate anything. 2 weeks to flatten the curve, and here we are almost 2 years later. People like me who are skeptical about giving the government power have absolutely been vindicated. It's one thing to take precaution and ask people to be responsible in the early stages of an unknown virus and pandemic, which we all did. However, it is criminal to ignore everything we have learned between now and then and to use false data to continue to mandate the public. I'd like to add that my fiance is a registered respiratory therapist, a hero for the most part, or at least throughout the majority of this pandemic. And I'd like to share that as on the front line, she attributes to a lot of what I'm about to tell you, especially as it relates to the lack of protection provided by masks. That's coming from a registered respiratory therapist. So what did we learn? The PCR test at amplifications over 35 produced 60 to 90% false positives. The antigen rapid test has been recalled by the FDA, class 1 recall for creating too many false positives. Masks don't stop the spread of COVID. Even the most effective masks we have in the N95 are only good for one-time use and if they're face-fitting. Okay, survival rate for COVID is about 99.96% for just about every single age group, and it's even higher for children. Those who passed away, 94% had on average 3.6 comorbidities. Those who were hospitalized, 80% were obese. Majority of those infected by COVID are vitamin D deficient. We have other therapeutics that are highly effective, regardless of your politics, hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin. I've seen them work firsthand. Children are at more risk of the flu than they are COVID. These are all CDC studies and data. I have it all for you. There is no proof that children can transmit COVID to adults. There are no studies that even prove asymptomatic spread. The vaccines don't stop the transmission of COVID. The vaccines are less effective than originally thought. The vaccines have caused more deaths and adverse effects than all other vaccines combined in the last 31 years. These are all facts.
Nick, your 3 minutes is up.
I'm going to keep going.